Yeah, I mean, to me, the Lighthouse is really about a transformative way for businesses to be able to thrive in today's environment, right? And it's all predicated on value. This idea that you can exist in today's environment where your focus isn't primarily value. The disengagement level is so high as soon as a relationship of value doesn't exist. People have zero appetite for it. So whether it's an employee population or whether it's a customer, like the minute that there's so many other options, right? There's Amazon, right? I can go anywhere, and people can go and work as in a gig economy. Like they don't need a job. They don't need to be a W-2. Like there's all of these other options that people have in today's environment. So the appetite to stay inside of a relationship that has low value is almost completely deteriorated. And that's why you have to rise above. And ultimately, this is why you don't have the luxury of being in a rut, right? Or feeling sorry for yourself in a business. Like you have to build momentum and maintain momentum all the time. Like you always need to be pressing and doubling down. So it's not an either or scenario, it's an and scenario. I've got to do this and that. I've got to do video content, and I've got to run my business, and I've got to write, and I've got to, do blogs, and you got to do and. Just like you've got to be physically healthy and spiritually healthy and interpersonally healthy. Like if you want to succeed, if you want to thrive in today's environment, you have to touch all of these different things. And ultimately, like the question you ask yourself is, would I go to work for me? Right? Am I interesting enough? Do I bring enough value to attract me to the equation? And if you're doing that, then effectively you're going to have a successful business. As a salesperson, am I bringing enough value? Would somebody do business with me today? So like when you're walking around with that kind of like stank on you because you haven't succeeded and you're not getting any success and you're feeling sorry for yourself and you're operating from a place of scarcity and you're worried about paying your mortgage or you're worried about, whether or not you're going to be able to pay your rent, like everyone sees that. Like people wear their emotions. Like the nonverbal communication that comes out of you, it like permeates into the universe, whether you realize it or not. This is like why when you're we've talked about it in the past, when you're not dating anybody, you're a pariah. But as the minute you're getting laid, all of a sudden like everyone's coming out of the woodwork because you've got this energy that you're putting out. The nonverbals say everything, and I think that businesses kind of give off a nonverbal energy also. Like there's an essence when you walk into a business that's thriving, a lighthouse business that has this energy, like there's a certain buzz about it. There's a certain reason why people want to go to work there. There's a certain reason why they're productive. There's a certain reason they attract clients. And that lightning in the bottle, that's what you have to capture. You have to capture that in today's environment to separate yourself from everybody else that's just trying to find their way, meandering without unintentional. And if you're really intentional about mission and making the brightness of your mission attract clients and your people with the intensity of it, and you focus on that every single day as your core principle, that ultimately leads to success and abundance and results and momentum. But you can't rest. Like you can't sit back on your laurels, right? Again, like even once you arrive there, like you're not going to stay there very long. The average Fortune 500 company stays in the Fortune 500, I think 4 or 5 or 6 years. It's like some really small, infinitesimal period of time. And I'll tell you, like there's going to be transformation on that list in the next decade, big time. Like companies that today you see as top businesses are gonna fall by the wayside because they're not working to reinvent themselves. They're not pushing every single day to bring value as their primary objective. And for them, it's almost over. They've got to change, and which is great for everybody else. Like if you're a small business today and you're thinking like, where's my future? You have an opportunity to be on that list. Right? You have an opportunity to stake your claim to whatever it is you want, but it takes very focused and intentional actions to do it. And if you don't, then you might as well go get a job for somebody else, right? Clock in and clock out. Like don't pretend, right? Don't pretend to go and take on this job or this career or this business that's performance based if you don't really want to perform. If you don't really want to bring value, right? Do yourself a favor. It's a hell of a lot less heartache. Right? This isn't easy. Being an entrepreneur is not easy, right? Being in commission sales is not easy. There's a hell of a lot easier ways to make $30,000 or $40,000 a year than this. And you don't need to be as masochistic. You don't need to be as go on that roller coaster ride. And you don't have to put as much pressure on yourself. But the reward outweighs it. For those of us that understand it, the tribe of people that really want to be in this space, like, you know, it does. The payoff is huge. But man, it's not for everybody.